We're speaking with Mayor Lisa Sulka. She's the mayor of the town of Bluffton. Bluffton is looking great. Since the last time you and I talked, there's new signage in Old Town. You've got the bike lane coming up on Bluffton Road, a lot of road improvements going on. Talk about the changes that have happened over the last year and a half, and what's yet to come.
Yeah, well, the changes are actually a product of what was talked about 7 years ago. Our wayfinding signage, we talked about wayfinding signage when I first got on town council, and that was 7 years ago. So it's been a long process. When you work with grant money, it is tedious, and you have to work with the county and the state on a lot of different levels. So a lot of time, but good things come to those who wait. That's what my motto is. The wayfinding signage, we've gone through phase 1 of installing it, and we're now discussing phase 2 of additional signage to go along with what we've installed. We've had great response, especially on the larger roads from 278 and then coming into Bluffton.
Right. That
actually shows you the bike lanes and the road diet. Those are the two words we heard a lot of last year and 2 years ago at our goals retreat. Road diet, the 40 Bluffton Road. It's a lot of a history issue and a memory loss, but again, 5 to 7 years ago, we did an Old Town master plan in our town, spent a lot of money and a lot of time and many months and a lot of input from the public on what we want to see in our Old Town. That was part of our master plan for that road to be 2 lanes coming into town. Mm-hmm. A little overlook when the road was repaved, but we jumped right on it, and now it's restriped with bike lanes, which is connecting to Bluffton Parkway when they can get on the paths. So really, really exciting. The streetscape on May River Road, phase 1 is completed with the exception of the lighting and the hardscapes. So you'll see that coming up this year. Again, we're working with the state, so it's just timing. And then we're going through the design phase of phase 2, which will take you all the way up to Whispering Pines. Right. So very exciting on road projects.
Excellent. There was some discussion earlier this week with the town council about expanding natural gas availability to some more parts of Old Town area. Why would that be wanted, and how is it going to be paid for?
Right. Well, we've had residents come along over the past several years talking about natural gas in the town. We didn't see natural gas until the 90s when Sun City came into our area.
Right.
And they're the ones that brought the lines in for Sun City for that development. From that, it spurred off where there were developers could choose natural gas or electric. The line was brought in all the way up to Wharf Street, and then with our affordable redevelopment project that we're doing in that area, it came down Girard Street to connect to right at the corner of Wharf. So we do have gas lines in place right now. Some residents use propane for their heating, their cooking, mostly heating. And it's not a matter of, I think it's more of a matter, they have to make sure that tank's filled every winter, as opposed to a natural gas stream that it's always continuous and there's no worry that they would have an empty tank come winter. We listened to the residents. They came and spoke at public comment, and we asked staff to really do the research on installing gas lines. South Carolina Electric and Gas is a for-profit company. Right. They will install lines if they can make a profit off the installation, and we understand that. So we did a summary of where we have gas lines now, where we think that some proposed gas lines could be put in if the response from the residents is a certain number that makes sense. So the gas company could lay the lines if they know they have connection service. That's where it falls on the property owners. If they are propane now, super easy, little money. If you have to convert from electric to gas, you're looking at about an $8,000 cost. Wow. So it's costly. And do people want to go through that? We have a gas line coming down our road. I don't know that we have it in our budget to do that. So just to give people the opportunity, if there's a large outcry, then South Carolina Electric and Gas will come to the table and work and do the necessary surveys to see who would sign up and tap in. And, we were just kind of the tool or the machine to get that talk started.
Bluffton is now the home to a technology incubator, a technology incubator board, has been meeting and starting to set some goals and some timelines. Lisa, tell us a bit about the history of how this came about and catch us up on where we're going.
Well, this is definitely from a resident that came forward. We have a local resident here that was on the Extension Service Board and was in charge of doing the farmers market at Buckwalter Place. Larry Hughes, a gentleman that's lived in the town for a number of years. So he had some connection with Clemson University on the extension side and caught wind of this potential incubator program that Clemson was about to get out into the media. Bluffton was not in the arena at all to be looked at. So this gentleman brought Clemson down, look at Bluffton, this is what your plans are. Don't disclude this area in the Low Country to be part of your program. Well, the program is set up to create jobs through innovation, entrepreneurism. The facts are that our jobs in our state will come from startup jobs, right, not as much from recruiting. We will never recruit in the Beaufort County area on the south of the Broad anything large like a Boeing. Our environment is so sensitive, and it's a quality of life, and that is not the type of industry that we can bring down. But we can focus on healthcare, IT, very low impact job creation. So the gist of it is to have 4 or 5 areas, non-metro, rural areas in the state of South Carolina, open these innovation centers. The focal point where they all go to is the Research and Economic Development Center in Columbia at Sand Hills, and to really communicate and network those 4 or 5 innovation centers to that area to really start building job creation in rural South Carolina. It's funny, we're rural. Bluffton is this is a rural county.
Sure.
And we're definitely a non-metro county. So they came to us about 6 to 8 months ago, gave us the presentation. I brought it to council. Many trips to Clemson and looking at their ICAR in Greenville, which is an innovation center in Greenville. We've been to Curry, which is a research institute in Charleston. Everyone on council, past and present, are 100% for this. We signed the contract. We have a board. We are now qualifying applicants for the lead facilitator in the group. And in the meantime, we're setting up operations of procedure, and we're doing a lot of the nuts and bolts of it. So scheduled tentatively to open March 12th.
Great.
I can't thank Don Ryan and his family and CareCorps. They are the reason we're even talking about this. We needed a space. The town doesn't have a space in a tech park situation. We didn't think it needed to be in a storefront on the public side. And Mr. Ryan and his family and CareCorps stepped up to the plate, and they're partnering with us and allowing us to use some of their space.
Do you know what they mean by technology in this case, what it is they're looking to attract or grow here?
Absolutely. In their presentation, it's a list of certain areas. It could be aquaculture. It could be biofield. It could be medical. It could be any invention, anything that has to do with any kind of technology advances, whether it be in the medical arena or else. They would give a list, with Boeing coming to Charleston, there is going to be some need for someone in that arena to update or upgrade or reinvent some tool that's needed, with regards to that. Healthcare is big. And CareCorps is in the medical billing, industry, but they're also an IT company. So, they're so busy growing their company. That's an example of what do we need to enhance an area. They're so busy they don't have the tools to do that. They would have the option of using this innovation center to work out the idea to enhance, some area of their company or any other company.